Good morning. So, for today's lesson, actually, we're just gonna be taking in understanding demand, and then we divided it into two. So, part one and part two. So, for the entire part one, we'll be discussing it today and tomorrow. So, for the October 20 and 21 class, that is because Althea is actually having poor internet connection. If you could message her na I noted kumbaga. Kasi I cannot text while teaching. Okay. So anyway, here are like the topics that we'll be discussing for part one. So today and tomorrow, this is like the coverage of our topic. So of course, knowing what is demand, and then the different expression like demand function, demand schedule, demand curve, and law of demand, the four expression to know how to calculate or how to know what is a demand, and of course the determinants of demand or mga factors affecting people's willingness and ability to buy. So for that, I'll show you first our medyo bright and I'll show you first our course outline. I just screenshot it. Thus I'll send it to our Viber maybe later so that you know how few our topics are in the second quarter. Actually, there are only four lessons in second quarter. If you have your book with you, you'll realize that we're only gonna be discussing lesson 7 to lesson 10. So really few lang. So I decided to really take it slowly in discussion. Kaya actually the understanding demand, I can teach it in just 2 meeting. So today and tomorrow we could be finished in understanding demand. It's just that I want to take it slow since the second quarter lectures are really few. So I somehow stretch it out. Okay, so for 2 weeks, we'll be discussing demand. For another 2 weeks, supply. Another 2 weeks, market equilibrium. And then another 2 weeks for market structure. That's why I encourage if you're having hard time, for example, sa demand, it's really hard for you. You could really maximize the time, ask question. Kasi naman, we have longer time to that. Huwag kayong mahiya in asking things that you do not understand. Okay, so that's somehow the course outline for this quarter. And if you will actually see it later as I send it, no project in second quarter, none yet. Kasi I'm still thinking. Kasi supposed to be reporting, but I'll be thinking of other project for you to do. But of course, rest assured, it would be as easy as product review. Anyway, I was able to check it during the 5-day break, yung mga product review nyo. And I'm so happy watching you do the product review. Some of you are really taking it into like a blogger style. Meron pa kayong intro, intro video and things like that. Others are really formal. I cannot forget talaga Kate's product review very formal siya in there. And I like the her approach. Para siya talaga, she's like selling in there. And it's really good. You could actually post it, Iha. Tas kasi siya formal that it's hard to, you will not get basher somehow. Kasi you're just really showing the product. And kasi si Kate kasi nasa first row of Zoom eh. Sino pa ba yung mga naalala ko with the si Tanya like pang like cosmetic line. Yeah. Tapos Rian is cute as well in her kaso she's so shy. Siyempre si Paul may vlogger style si Paul kasi even the assembling of his table, he showed it pa like parang is that necessary? Pero he wanted to show it kasi nga vlogger, 'di ba? Tapos si Macy as well. I was surprised with Macy's product. Di ko na lang sasabihin pero ang cool lang, unique. Unique yung kay Macy. Si Rex lalo, wag kayo. With Rex, 2 parts. I do not know if you have seen Rex. I hope he sent his work to you. Kay Rex, the first part, everything about the Quaker Oats. And then he discussed it. Very formal eh. So nagulat ako, why there's second video? So I watched the second video. Tapos, his second video, mukbang lang. Like, he cook it, early, parang ano, my morning routine. Ganun yung style niya eh. He woke up, good morning guys. Tapos nagluto siya ng Quaker oats. And then he eat it while the sun is rising. And I was like, grabe, commercial. I was really, it's just, a fun video to watch. So, morning routine eh. Kay Yuri Astig, like I like kasi expensive yung kay Yuri eh. I think his product review is the priciest of all. Pero hindi naman kanya 'yon. To his sister. He keep on emphasizing it eh. Kaya nagdududa ako eh. Kasi he keep on saying, it's for my sister, my sister. It's the BTS album. And it's really, really good. Kasi I like his expression as he's opening it. Excited siya. Ang saya niya. Like, uy, it's so beautiful. Gano'n-gano'n siya. Good quality. Kaya I was wondering if it is really his sister's talaga album. Kasi he's enjoying it. Tapos in the middle of his talk, nakita niya may crevices or like there's parang a dent in the album kasi he's talking blah 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 blah, and then he paused he was in the middle of the video, and then he look at the album, hala, there's a dent, and then he was somehow concerned na may dent. Kaya napapaisip talaga ako, sa kanya kaya yun? Kasi he's so concerned with the album. Si Erich naman pwede, nga eh, I suggest sana Erich you publish it kasi I think it's your mom's business ba? The chili.
Yes po, Chair. It's
Yun.
public na po yata eh.
The
Haven't.
video. Yes, you have to
Not
kasi
yet.
it's
May,
so nice. It's so nice. Very informative. Very informative. Tas yung during this pandemic daw, online ordering and so on and so forth. So it's really really informative. Pwede ka maging endorser of your mom's product. I really enjoy it. I have comments to all of your video so I hope you're able to read it. Kay Albrecht talaga. Albrecht is the first one to submit actually. Tapos it's so it's a long product review. Paano sinama niya pati yung him getting it to the courier service. So he's vlogging his journey towards the man that will deliver the item to him. So very vlogger eh, no. May ganong niya. Nabago din positioning eh. Kasi I'm taking you one by one. Eh. Eto kay Marjorie. Marjorie's amazing eh. Kasi she even mentioned about the shop. So parang she did not just somehow what do you call that, give the info about the product but the shop itself, na she's been a patron of that shop for a long period of time. So you'll see the connection of the buyer and seller in there. So she has that style in her na I really like. Formal din yung kay Marjorie eh, formal. Kay Shin, it's I think someone's taking video of Ligayo, and it's nice when someone's taking video of you kasi nila the camera angle is somehow really really nice. So with Ligayo, it's phone, I think last year mo siya pinurchase or early this year your phone. Pero I like kasi in the latter part she has the tone na she's been using it for 6 months, 8 months, and it still suits her. So para siyang product review in a sense, but testing the durability of it and long lastingness. Yung kay Kenneth, I was surprised eh. I think I am convinced na I want to buy that na rin with Kenneth kasi I like his style kasi he showed a video of him typing. Tapos he's having typographical error whenever he's typing using his finger to his phone. All because I think has something to do nga daw with sweat and difficulty to press it, which happens to me most of the time. But when Kenneth showed the product, the finger sleeves, and then in the latter part of his video, he typed, and then it's talaga accurate, like whatever he pressed, that's the letter that's coming out. And I was really impressed, and I'm thinking of buying it kasi I'm frustrated whenever I'm typing, tas other letters will appear, so it's typo. So it's such a helpful product review of Kenneth. May pa siya, may pa-zoom-zoom pa siya with the sleeves, with cinematography somehow, 'di ba? Reggie and others a lot are in ano eh in what do you call that, earphone ang inano nila, kanilang what do you call that, they assess. So it's also nice with Reggie earphone as well. Si Althea same with ano yan eh with Tanya for cosmetic line. I think I'm using what she's using but the color is orange yon. I'm using it. It's ano, she was actually able to ano explain all of it. And ano, I'm happy for her. She looks pretty pa. Pang ano nga talaga, pang vlogger. Tapos she has intro pa in her video and it's ano, really cute. With Menard, puwedeng ano si Menard, tech ano 'yan, what do you call that? Tech support, host or something. Kasi when he's saying he's explaining his product, it's in top view. I do not know how you're able to do that. Teach me naman iho. Kasi when I'm doing Lego, I cannot actually put my camera like in head position. Kaya it's hard. Pero yung product review ni Menard, it's in top view. Top view. Tapos he's really showing the product and it really looks like a product review for me. Tapos he's saying a lot of technical information na I really do believe he searched talaga all of that. Tapos he mentioned mga things na very technical. Kaya you publish that iho also, you make it public. I dare you. Kasi it's gonna be helpful, 'di
So I
ba?
think it's public.
It's public already. It's nice, nice. Si Nathan ang cute nung niya eh, product review eh. Kasi it's flavor shot. Have you seen it? Flavor shot. Niloko lang ako ni Nathan eh. Di his product review looks like mukbang eh. He just eat the flavor shot in front of me eh, or in front of the video eh. Parang naiinggit lang iho ah. Pero he was actually able to explain in there what is a flavor shot. New information. Mind blown ako doon. Pero nice work, nice work. Okay. So yun, others pa, I think they'll have to submit sooner or later. Okay. So that I enjoy talaga the first quarter kasi it's the light topic. So now, grabe ang haba ng ko segue ko, no. I told you nga I'm gonna be stretching out understanding demand kasi it's really odd to actually teach a subject for for meet a topic rather at a small topic for 4 meetings. Pero anyway, the entire second quarter will be focusing on microeconomics. So we have these two branch of economics, the macro and the micro. The macro is in a bigger scale, like looking at the economics as a whole. So let's say this would be third quarter, more on let's say agriculture, banking, like as a whole approach. But when you say microeconomics, it focuses on behavior. Okay, so behavior of consumer, behavior of producer, how the consumer as consumer reacts when things happen around us. Let's say whether be it calamity, whether be it pricing, whether be it increase of our salary or income, things change, our consumption change as things change around us. Okay, and same with the producer. Kasi none of us naman in here is a business person. Pero anyway, we'll still be discussing how the producers, how the businessmen react, okay, or how they behave. So that is what microeconomics is all about. That is what the second quarter is all about. How consumers and producers behave. Okay. So for that first topic, we have the demand. So what is demand? So demand is is a concept that somehow focus on consumers' behavior in the market. Okay, so demand refers to the number of goods and services that consumers are willing and able to buy. As you notice, I highlighted na consumers are willing and able to buy kasi you can only call it demand. You can only call it demand if the consumer likes it, wants to buy it, and has the money to buy it. Kasi if just let's say like you, for sure you have a lot of desire in your life na you want to buy this, you want to buy that. But the question is, do you have the money? So hindi yun demand. Okay? So if you like something and you don't have the fund to buy it, it's not demand. It's just like desire, want, wish. Wish lang siya. Pero it's not demand. Demand is something that you want, you're willing to buy, and at the same time, you have the ability to buy. So willingness and capacity to buy, that's gonna be considered as demand. So that's what we're gonna be talking about for this meeting. What is demand and the different expressions of knowing people's demand. Okay, so demand. That's the another aspect. The other one, which by next week pa, yung supply. Pero that would be in a producer mentality, in a producer behavior. In a demand topic, we'll be talking about consumer behavior. Okay. So there are four expressions to know demand. Yung demand function, demand schedule, demand curve, and law of demand. So the first muna is demand function. So when you say demand function, it's expressed in mathematical expression, or it is shown in a mathematical expression. So basically, you will be given a hypothetical mathematical expression, and that's what you're gonna be using to compute for the demand and to compute for the price. So para siyang basic algebra in here. So this is our hypothetical example for today. So don't close your mind na always QD equals 200 minus 4P, yung formula for getting quantity, demand, and the price. It's not. It's just a hypothetical expression. If you could actually look at your book, iba din yung demand function in our seat work. Yung seat work natin, I think it's on page 91. Iba yung example doon of demand function. So meaning to say, it varies. It changes. Pero what does not change is that the QD equals, and then there's this certain number, and then another minus, and then certain number, tas P. Okay? So for us to be able to get something, replace lang natin siya. For example, kasi ito yung sa demand schedule naman, given another item, tas kukunin mo the other one. Like for example, missing the price. If the price is missing, the QD is available. So you're just gonna write in the value of QD equals 200 minus 4 and then P. Tas cancellation na lang yan. Later I'll show you the how to do that. Pero basically with the use of demand function, you can compute, you can find QD or P. It depends kung ano yung given, tas kung ano yung not given. Those are the things that you need to look for. Okay? So that's the what demand function do. It's a mathematical expression for you to be able to compute or get the other variable if the other one is given. So when you say demand schedule naman, this is the second expression. So demand schedule talks about the table showing the list of products. I mean the list of quantity and price of that certain product. In your book, if you could just search it, ano yung example dyan? Anong product? Sour, kindly look, sour what? Sour, sour,
Salsa.
yes, sour soup. Do you know what is a sour soup? No, it's guyabano. Yeah, kaunting kaalaman lang. I actually I just want to share it to you. Yan, so sour soup. So basically, yung product na tinitingnan natin diyan in the book, it's actually guyabano. So in this point, so let's somehow study the demand schedule. So the demand schedule of that guyabano is like if the price is 50, the demand o yung the people that wants to buy it is zero. Imagine isang guyabano, one guyabano 50 pesos, who will buy that, 'di ba? So the demand in it is zero. Okay? And then in the next point, the B, kasi I make it blank para we can compute it. Pero the answer is already on the book. Pero basically, for example, we need to know what's the price of that guyabano if the demand is 20. So we'll be using this demand function. So i-replace nyo lang. The QD would be 20 and then equals 200 minus 4 and then the P is missing. So you keep the P. 'Di ba? So you transpose taray, transpose, transfer, what is that? Transfer 200 to 20, what would that be? 180. So tapos to be able to cancel out 4, divide both side by 4 para maiwan si P in the other side. So 180 divided by 4, 20, right? Wait lang. I told you bring calculator eh. So 180 divided by 4. Ay, ba't
45.
45? Wait lang ah. How this So kasi our QD is 20 eh. Mm, dapat 180 yung sagot eh. Oh, tapos divide both side by 4. 45. Is the book says 45? Mali lang ba ako ng
Yes
ano?
po.
45 ba sabi sa book? Yeah. I think I followed a different table eh. Pero basically, that's how you compute it. We're correct in computing the function. It's just that I think I use a different, ano. Tama nga. I'm
45 po.
correct. I was looking at the, ano, tama. It's 45. Ang galing ko talaga sa math. So, it's 45. Lagyan natin ng ano. So, the price is 45. So, ganun lang siya i-compute. Yan, 45 yan. Hindi ko lang magawa. Pero it's 45. Yan. Very simple mathematics lang to. That's why I'm actually a bit conscious with our mathematics experts in this class. Kasi this is so basic to them for sure. Pero anyway, let's take it step by step for the sake of others. So what if naman, if the missing is the demand? If the missing is quantity demanded, tapos ang given is yung price. So in here, what will happen? We're still gonna be using the hypothetical demand function. So QD, wala tayong QD, so you keep it that way. QD equals 200 minus 4, and then let us replace P with 40 kasi yun yung point in here, 40. So you have that. So 200 minus 4, ay, hindi. Yan muna natin, 4 times 40. So 160. So 200 minus 160, it's 40. So our quantity demanded is 40. Yeah. Basta 40 yan ah. Wait lang ah. Basta 40. Basta 40. My mouse is not working properly. Yan, 40. Okay? So next, how about the price of 80? Kayo na. With explanation ha. I mean like you say the function, the demand function, guide us with the operation, and then tell us the price. Recitation. If the quantity demanded is 80, what is the price? Given that the demand function is QD equals 200 minus 4P. Explain nyo step by step not just the answer. What the? Who would like to recite? Yes, Paul. Guide
Sure,
us
try
step by
only.
step. Sige, guide us step by step.
What I did, sure, is first I transposed the 200, sure, and I subtract it, sure, to 80. Then after that, sure, I divide them by 4, sure. So the answer became 30.
The answer is? The
30
answer,
po.
30. Okay, correct. That's 30. Basta 30 yan guys Sorry na talaga. Kasi the mouse is not working properly eh. Grabe, I feel like I'm in elementary. So anyway, yan. So 30 is the price. So take a look at this image right here. Kasi the very idea of demand, take it also into your experience. Now when a certain product is pricey, expensive, you tend to be turned off by that and you don't really purchase it. Take a look at this point A. When the price of guyabano is 50 pesos, no demand. No one will buy that. Diba? 50 pesos guyabano. So, zero demand. Then when it's 45, there were 20 people willing and able to buy. 45. When it was 40 pesos, there are 40 people who's willing and able to buy of that that product. And when the price dropped to 30, 80 quantity demanded. So that's basically the very idea of later the quantity, the demand, the law of demand. Na when the price go up, the demand go down. Okay? So that's the and then when the prices go down, demand go up. It's just somehow talks about like how people are like somehow turned off when a price of a certain product is too expensive, and then the more it is cheaper, many people would want it, will buy it. Okay? So you see, it's just as simple as theory. I mean, it's just simple as statement. Yung what I told you that if the price goes up, demands goes down, it's acceptable. Kasi one thing with economics is not just the same with world history and Asian history na the moment it is in textual form, it's already a fact. It's not. In economics, it's in textual form and then they will show math. They will show mathematical expression to prove their point. That's the difference of economics to other social sciences. Kasi it uses mathematics. Kasi 'di ba it is known that mathematics is the language of science or the language of knowledge. When you say science kasi it means knowledge. So the language of knowledge is actually math. Kasi in math there's concrete answer. 'Di ba? You can prove your point. So using the demand function and the demand schedule, we're able to prove that point. We're able to prove that point about the law of demand. Okay? Question. Okay tayo I did not do the other points in the book. You just navigate it on your own. So now in the demand curve, so demand function, mathematical expression yon. When we talk about demand schedule, it's in table form. Table form. Now, our next topic is demand curve. And the demand curve is in graphical representation. So meaning to say, there's this, you need to, what do you call that? Plot it. Parang if you remember Cartesian plane, parang ganon. You're gonna make the Cartesian plane in this portion. So you see, a little bit of mathematics lectures talaga are being touched by the idea of economics of demand and supply. So anyway, in here, demand curve, it is a graphical representation of the inverse relationship of price and quantity demanded. Basically, after plotting the demand schedule, once you computed the demand schedule, the table, that's the time you can actually do the demand curve. So in here, I created a chart. So basically in the future discussion or in the activities that we'll be having, thus I ask you to get the demand curve. If I ask you to do the demand curve, you must do a chart like this as well. It's just so happen I make it very what do you call this? Very accurate with my other students before, ginagawa lang nila, they will just draw L, tas point, and then they will just draw the line. Very lazy nga. Kasi they are like thinking it's so basic. Ano ba yan, teacher? Just basic. Hindi ganyan-ganyan na lang. And then they will just do it like that. With me, I would like to present it to you in this manner. Okay, so basically our point A states point A of Guyabano. So the demand is 0. The price is 50. So the pricing is the one that is in y-axis, diba? Y-axis. And then the one in quantity demanded is in the x-axis, horizontal. So basically, if the demand is if the price is 50, demand is 0. So the point is there, diba? The plotting is there. In point B, if the price is 45, so in here, somewhere in the middle, in this, yan, price is 45 and the quantity demanded would be 20. Okay, then point C, D, E, F. It's just so happen I have no space na for 160. Kaya yung 160 outside the chart. Pero imagine it like 160 yan. Nandyan yung 160. Ano lang, hidden. Okay, so the moment you're able to plot the demand schedule, so demand schedule, gagawin natin siyang demand curve. So by making it a demand curve, all you have to do is just connect all the dots. And that is the demand curve. Okay? You're okay with it? So basically, that's the demand curve. Yes, Paul, you're raising your hand. Okay, Paul? Hindi okay. Oh, yeah. Okay na, okay na. Okay, sige. Yan. So basically, that's the demand curve. So demand function will help you in mathematical expression. Demand schedule will help you complete the table. Complete the table. Once you complete the table, use demand schedule to do the demand curve. Demand curve. So as you see, it's just a step-by-step process. So I really hope as early as demand function, accurate na kayo in computing. Kasi the moment you're wrong in encoding in the table, the demand schedule, your curve will not look like this. Kasi this is what a regular quantity demand look like. Diba? We only have less than 1 minute. So I'll click the same Viber, I mean, click the same Zoom link. Let's continue with law of demand.